Thank you for tuning in to the JobSpectrum survey results. I'm the artist formerly known as Blake Art, and these are the results for the inaugural JobSpectrum report for Aries 2025. The spring equinox, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, participated in the JobSpectrum survey for that month, and this is the report on those results. First and foremost, this is my 12 and a half year art project that came to me through the contemplation of baseball and baseball statistics. It's a mystery how this idea grabbed a hold of me, but I'm the conduit for it, and I love it, and I'm proud of it, and it's a lot of fun, and I want to share that with the rest of you on planet Earth. But it's a brand new concept. Nothing like the job spectrum exists, and I guess that's why it reached out to me. But out of the myriad of uses, it's built to address society's many issues and to propose solutions for those issues. Participating in the JobSpectrum survey pays you to take it while you look at the advertising around and between the survey questions. You take the survey 3 times a year, but you get paid every month moving forward. In the simplest of terms, how much do you get paid? Well, that depends on the survey results, which vary from month to month. So that's how the JobSpectrum mechanism works. So the purpose of this video is to introduce the concept of the job spectrum as an art project business model aimed at redefining how work is evaluated and compensated in the face of automation. The job spectrum turns its job ranking survey where the participants assign value into a revenue generating data. And this creates the first shared labor, shared revenue co-op ad platform that redefines how we as a civilization value what we consider work in the age of AI, where the droids are taking our jobs. Yes, that's a mouthful. But since this is the first JobSpectrum inaugural report, let's cover a few basics about the workings, purpose, and results of this mechanism that manufactures data with meaning. That's the tagline. Framework draws inspiration from diverse fields, like I showed you at the beginning: art patterns, baseball statistics, and mathematical concepts like fractals and the Fibonacci sequence. The governing laws of nature, creating a uniquely layered perspective on work. The job spectrum creates a complementary system that values human contributions independent of conventional employment, and participants engage in structured survey model on Nielsen rankings, but for the different jobs we perform. These are organized into 21 guilds and based on the classification systems that already exist. There's nothing new under the sun here. We're repurposing and looking at things in a different way. Participants are paid monthly, even though they only take the survey 3 times a year. And they're segmented into the different astrological triplicacies: fire, earth, air, and water. So each group participates 3 times a year, making the workload manageable and time specific. So that's the shared labor part of the job spectrum. Money comes from ads embedded in the surveys, one-time membership fees. Right now it's $55, but we're gonna, let everybody join for free to kind of get things moving for maybe the first year. Tiered data subscriptions, fees from the franchising concept. You can apply this method to a number of different uses. The accrued interest and percentage will be fed back into the monthly purse or kitty, and then donations and sponsorships. You can sponsor the whole job spectrum. We're open to any type of revenue streams, and this is going to create more and more revenue streams as things move forward. The job spectrum empowers people to collectively influence how different job roles are valued, offering a way to elevate undervalued professions. It's built to push money towards hard to compensate jobs because it is a mechanism, and it does rotate, and it has the ability to do just that. So beyond those individual gains, the job spectrum aspires to reshape societal and economic structures and business decisions. This in turn fosters a kind, intelligent, empowered society. So what are we selling you here? We're selling you the world's first shared labor, shared revenue, repurposed advertising and marketing, mechanized survey which again is governed by the eternal laws and principles of nature and mathematics. It takes greed out of the picture and gets rid of human nature because it's more aligned with how nature operates. And how that works is through the assigning of monthly value through this survey I designed. It's the same 3 questions over and over again. How important is this job to society? What's the skill involved in performing this job? And what's the ease physically of this job? That's it. And here's the results. So out of the 21 guilds, the top 3 guilds that performed in this inaugural Aries 2025 survey is the Farming and Food Industries Guild. Number 2 is the Military, Police Service, and Disaster Response. And then number 3 is Transportation, Shipping, Couriers, Messages, Professional Drivers. And then look at the scores. They're, the difference between second and third place is 1/10 of a point. But this is out of a possible 27-point high score. So it's always kind of someplace in the middle. And the things that didn't surprise me very much, but it's just the guild I belong to, marketing, advertising, and creative services, is scoring so low. Why? It's scoring low because AI and automation is really having a huge effect on that industry. So, this is the kind of data that this creates. And then we had 7 people, 7 fire signs take the survey, and here are the guilds they belong to. One belongs to the Farming and Food Industries Guild, one belongs to the Transportation Shipping Guild, 2 belong to the Customer Service and Clerical Workers. And see, this is how the person is divided. You kind of look at each of the job spectrum guilds as like a golfer in a golf tournament, and how they score according to the survey is kind of like what place they come in. And here's the scores in the column. The first column, here's the guild members and how many there are, and then the amount of Shiba coin that they won, because Shiba is going to be the coin of the Job Spectrum survey, because I've got millions of Shiba to give to participants, but not millions of dollars. But this is the teaching tool to kind of show how it works. And if you send me your Shiba address, I'll send you Shiba directly to your wallet. So this is the kind of statistics that this creates, but this is only the tip of the manufactured data iceberg. I'm telling you, the data that this stuff is going to create, it's just a whole new way to look at things, and it's going to create some really fun, exciting things that a lot of it's going to be zodiac based. So, and this is how it works. This is the how the job, this is a complete 4-month cycle of how the job spectrum scores move from month to month to month. This was Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius from a couple of years ago, but it kind of shows you how the different guilds move back and forth. And it moves like a mechanism, because this is the job spectrum mechanism. The mechanism turns just like that. During the month of your birth, the zodiac, your vote counts 3 times as much from the other 2 signs, and that's just one of the rules of how the job spectrum mechanism operates. But right now we need we're in the Taurus, the second phase, and we need earth signs. If you're a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, get in touch with me and take the job spectrum survey. We'd love to have you and participate in this new it's so crazy it just might work business concept. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of inventing a new game, like basketball, like James Naismith did, right? That's why you want to do this. This is, at first nobody understood basketball either, but it's more like CrossFit. CrossFit's sportified exercise. The job spectrum has the same potential to do the same thing to capitalism. How? Well, this is what we're selling you. It's a participant-owned co-op media channel. It repurposes advertising and marketing, which are tired concepts, through a simple survey, creating an index of multiple revenue streams. It creates an index. And what that index does is it gamifies and democratizes capitalism itself. It gamifies and democratizes capitalism itself. And thank you very much for listening to the first Job Spectrum report. These are my influences. Here's how you get in touch with me. If you've got any questions, available for Zooms, and looking forward to having an impact for the good of society. Thanks for your time. Goodbye.